Ah, I see. Yeah, I never could figure out OBS, and these days I honestly don't stream enough to
All right,
bother with
everybody.
something like
Hopefully you
that.
can hear me. Hopefully you can hear
Oh,
Ryan
well,
as
there is
well.
someone called GFY
Let's see if
that
we
will not show their
let's see
face.
if we
It's
can.
just someone holding up maybe their thumb to the camera.
Uh,
So,
I don't know.
this
I think
is
what we're gonna do is we're
pretty
gonna present.
unreasonable. I
Ryan, you're
appreciate that,
stupid.
Brett. Honestly, dude, I
Fucking
don't
idiot.
stream enough and I don't have enough of an interest, but I certainly
Uh,
appreciate it. Just show
Ryan,
your
you're
face.
a,
That's all I'm asking.
you're a fucking
It's
idiot.
not simple. I don't want to see somebody holding their thumb up to the camera. That doesn't prove anything.
all right.
Didn't ask for your
Here we are.
thumbprint as if you could give it
So
through that
I
means.
hopefully you can
It's a
hear.
very, very simple
Oh, I'm
request.
showing the wrong screen. I think. Uh, let's remove that one.
If not, then I'll have my evening office of prayer in a moment, and I will then have probably another theology in review where I'll have a reading of St. Athanasius on the
So I'm in
Incarnation.
the
I believe I left
backstage
off
at
on page
Ryan at
58.
just
So
Ryan's
if whoever this GFY is could just show their face
and let's
and
see
not
if I
just,
can find.
Fucking
stick a
idiot.
thumb up to the
Yeah,
camera,
he is the biggest idiot.
I'd
I
be
can
confident
hear
to
you,
let them in.
GFY.
He's got to be the most
I'm not one of
dumbest
these people
fucking
like
he's
they
bastard
often
I've
do,
ever
like
seen.
thick shades of do.
He
Oh, I will
he's
have a hangout. Come on, and then they never let him on.
I
In fact, I did let whoever
Right,
this
the
Rob
worst
Root
thing
is, so I'm assuming it's Rob.
thinking,
But
like
now there are
anybody goes,
multiple people talking at me.
what?
Hmm.
What are you
Why are there
afraid of,
multiple people
Ryan?
talking at me?
Hold on.
What are you afraid of, dude?
All right,
If
I'm
somebody
putting the wrong thing.
can verify
Okay, I
who's
don't know
going to
who in the world this
Here we go.
GFY person is.
No
you
idea.
take down
All
the
right.
screen.
So we're GFY
And
I
whoever Rob
are
Root
in the
is,
chat
just, dude, it's simple.
right now.
I'm not asking you to show your face on the panel, but you've obviously done that for years.
Ryan
Whatever.
is invited.
I just want to confirm whether or not that's him.
He's
And if he can
invited
do
me
that,
to
then we can have a
be
reasonable, hopefully reasonable
in the chat.
conversation about
can
these
hear my
conflicting
voice
religious
right now.
identities
And
that I'm not
I've gone
understanding.
through a whole list of synonyms for dumb. Let's do.
Do I want to chat, Brett?
Let's see. Synonyms
Chat as in you and
for
me?
moron.
Well, I mean, sure, Brett. Since this Rob Root person
Let's
in my
see.
backstage will not
After
identify
what?
themselves via camera, then
See,
I
he
guess
can
sure,
hear
why
me.
not? Come back in, Brett.
He- He
I don't know who this other person was. It was just in here, this GFY.
that was.
I'm imagining,
that was,
I think I know.
that
It's
was
probably
your favorite
that
guy, Brian
Tennessean
Davis
stalker.
Jr. You idiot.
But
So
I'm really not concerned with
you
him.
might be the stupidest person
So yeah, keep.
on the face of the
So who is this? Chop? I don't even know who this person is. Okay.
Who's Chop?
Bye bye.
Hey, Brett, he won't let me in, man. He invited
Brett,
me, but
I see
he
you're
won't
back.
let me in, dude.
The Rob Root is back in, and I really think it's him.
I'm actually broadcasting.
Well, I mean,
on
again,
the
I'm just
Rob
going to
Root
stand by that
channel.
request.
I'm
I would like
broadcasting on
to
Rob Root
verify
right
that this
now.
person is real
I am
and not just someone feeding their voice
broadcasting
through an
on Rob
AI who
Root's
may or may
channel
not
right
know Rob
now,
Reed well.
Brett.
That's all.
Hey, Brett, tell him I'm broadcasting. on
Rob
Rob
says
Root's
he's
channel
broadcasting right now on his, I think his channel.
to show.
So you'd be able to
let
verify
him.
it
Yeah.
that way.
So
Then let him.
to show. Well, then let him, Brett.
He's saying you'd be able to know by verification. That might be why he's having the issue with turning on the cam in here, because it's being used over in a different stream.
Right.
So let me try reloading a page, see what I get. Live. Oh, there is a live stream on my
There
feed.
sure is.
Well, he's not showing his face there either. So it's simple.
But he's not showing his face
Just
there.
show your face.
Show
That's
your
all.
face, Brett.
But as for you and as for me,
Levite. This man might be
Um,
the dumbest man.
now I got other people in
on
my
the
back
face of
panel.
the
I don't
earth,
know who they
Levite.
are. So they're just going to sit there and rot.
Levite, don't let Levite rot.
Unless that is the, well, let's see
He's
something
on
here.
camera, you
Is
moron.
this the
Check,
real
baby, check,
Levite
baby.
or
1,
not?
2, 3,
Now I'm
4.
not
Check,
sure.
baby, check, baby. 1, 2.
Levite, is that you? Can you talk?
That's AI, Levite. That's
Hey,
AI.
man. See you.
That is
My goodness,
AI.
Levite looks just like my buddy Von Helton. That's
Are
crazy.
you're not hearing any audio, dude.
How you do this?
There
You
go.
gotta say,
Yeah,
"What?"
you just talk, Levi.
Vaughn Helton, that I've not talked
So
to
I'll
that guy
talk
in
to
a
you.
really,
How about
really
this,
long time.
Levi?
I barely know the guy.
I will relay like words to you, and then you can relay them back.
You want to bring your camera down, Levi, because we're looking at your hat.
Otherwise, we think you're AI, Levi. Whose dog was that?
Well, audio works.
Let me see if he can hear me. Levi, are you able to hear me? I think Levi might be masturbating
Stop.
or something. I don't know
No,
what.
he's not. I mean,
He
Quiet,
is.
Levi.
You could see him.
Levi, can you hear
People are
us?
doing fireworks.
Do you see the camera?
Levi, we're looking at the
Shaking.
top of your head
The
with your
camera
ball cap.
is
Can you
shaking.
pivot the camera down?
Brett, how
you
do we
don't mind?
know, Brett, that
I
you're
don't know
not
how to
AI?
do this.
Brett, how do we know that that's
I
not
don't-
AI?
There you
Brett?
go. Now I can see your face.
How do we know that that isn't?
I can't hear anything. You see anything EB or EBU? I don't think I've ever been on this one.
So
I know I
can
haven't.
Ryan, unfortunately, EV Mux has a lot of disconnection issues and internet problems for people.
oh, that, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it sucks
That's
balls.
news to me.
Now, Ryan, would
Listen
you
to
be
offstage feeds though?
Ryan? Would you be
Awesome.
cool with this? Since EV Mux has such problems, I can open up a StreamYards for you and Rob if you guys are wanting to have some kind of theological.
Wow.
No,
I don't know what to do.
I think that's going to work. I don't. The,
Barking at
the problem is,
She's barking
Yeah.
at fireworks.
Brett,
are being
Brett,
done
let me
tonight
just
here.
say
Levi,
this.
can you
This
hear
is a
any-
Fireworks
reality.
are out
This is a
there.
reality, Brett.
and
Every
you-
time I
Well,
go into
I
a
have,
chat,
and I'm half deaf.
every time
Is
I go
there any
into a
way to
chat where
mute
he is,
Levi?
I
he
don't-
goes away.
I don't know how to do.
And now,
Yeah, I can
now
mute it
he's
now.
inviting me in, and he won't let me in. And when I start to talk, he says it's AI. The man is a coward, Brett. He won't go anywhere unless he has control, and he wants to.
well, this
say
unfortunately
that
is
it's
not going the way that I hoped.
Ryan, may I ask, because I just got in here and I don't know all the ins and outs of everything that's going on. So you and Rob weren't like planning to have a theological discussion. So
No.
I take it this was some kind of drama deal or something.
This is
I mean,
this
if,
is a
if you can
drama
call
deal.
it drama, I'm
This
just
is drama.
curious.
He wants.
Levi, let me
to
unmute
create
you real quick.
drama, Brett.
So let me ask you this, Levi. Do you
here
hear us?
to take the
Um,
bait, and he won't let
You
me
have to
in.
unmute yourself, evidently.
Okay, I'm unmuted. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I
That's
can hear
weird.
You,
Let
Levi.
me. I'm going to leave.
My God, he's a spitting image of Brother Von Helton. That's crazy. Von Helton's cool. He's cool, so don't take that as an insult.
I'm
So,
not a
Levi,
big
it's
fan.
unpersonal. I'm
Okay.
going to move you.
Kick me and then re-add me.
Yeah. The kick, yes. And again, I don't know what this is supposed to be in the back. I'm looking at the top of somebody's head. That's weird. Whatever.
Are you gonna let me
That's
in?
somebody's head.
Are
How'd
you,
that look?
are you gonna let me in?
Yeah, that's weird.
about-
Find it strange that they can do that, but they can't show their face.
How about this?
So, Ryan, I hope that I'm not offending or annoying in any way, but according to
It's
Rob,
all fine.
he says that you actually invited him in.
Oh, I did.
What's the
But
title?
we will
What's
see.
the title?
Well,
of
then
the
what I'm
stream?
going to do is this, because this honestly is getting a little ridiculous for me. I'm going to, Levite, sorry, it says offline, no connection. I'm going to go ahead and put y'all in the back, see if I can figure out if this is really Rob Reed. Oh, there it is. Finally, he shows his face. So,
And he
How
gave
can-
a middle finger.
well, then fine. I
That
can
was an
I can
index
confidently think that is him.
Now,
It only took him about 35 minutes to do it. So I'm going to put y'all in the back. Nothing personal,
See,
but
I
it was
love
a
that.
stream for Reed. And perhaps he can clarify in the middle of all of his other, I'm sure, colorful commentary he will make, who this
But
is.
Ryan, I'll be Ronery if you put me backstage.
I think Brett should
Well,
stay.
you know, the only person that I know is
I think you
Ron
should
Reed, is
stay,
thick shades,
Brett.
and I think
What
he's
if I promise to keep my damn mouth shut the whole time?
Well,
I
it's
think
it's
you should
nothing
stay.
personal, Brett. It's just I was going to. I didn't think Reed would come in here, and he's still here. He did actually prove that it's him.
How did I know?
So
I
I
did
want
not.
to be fair to that,
That
even though
was
it
a
took him nearly
graphic.
40 minutes to do
I'm
it.
getting
It was
ready
just
to
a simple
porn bomb.
request to show his face, and he finally did that.
That
All
was
right,
not- that
Ryan
was
and
just a
Rob, I will
graphic.
be taking off. It was nice talking to you for the
No,
very little
dude, don't
moments that I had.
leave. Don't leave.
Yeah, no. Next time, Brett, I'll try to have maybe an open open
Don't
chat on maybe
leave,
Sunday
Brett.
if I don't fall asleep after church, and maybe we
Don't
can talk
leave.
then.
Don't leave. Do not leave.
Rob is saying he doesn't want me to leave. He says he'll have a sad if I do.
I will totally have.
Well,
a
he
say.
doesn't get a say on my channel what
Yes,
I do.
I
So
do.
it's nothing personal, dude.
I'm your
it's
boss.
just again, I invited him, and I wasn't intending to have all these other people come on my
I
channel.
am
Well,
hear you.
Rob, it's his room, his rules. So I got to step out. I'm sorry.
Does that
Well,
mean that I have?
that's
to
what I'm
let
saying.
him-
I'm trying to have
if
a,
one thing leads to
stream
another. Does it have to
potentially
touch my
on
TV,
Sunday,
bro?
provided I don't fall asleep after
If
church.
one thing leads
And
to
if you
another,
come by, you come
is-
by.
is
I
he
just
gonna
don't do a lot of
touch my
open mics and
PP?
live panels and things like
I
this anymore.
need protection.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I personally hope you guys work out whatever issues you have and for the better. I'll see you later.
Take care. Okay, so since it finally can show its face and it verified that it is a real person. Hello, Reed.
Did you say like it puts the lotion on its face?
Am I allowed to use sarcasm?
Was that sarcasm?
Yes.
I'm amazed that you let me in eventually.
All I asked you
I'm
to do.
broadcasting on the Rob Rude channel.
Right, sure.
You said because you're such an intelligent man, you said, "Oh, the floor attorney." You confirmed that that's you. You acknowledged that. I was putting my chat in your chat for floor attorney.
So
All Day Jesus, which is a site that I've had when we were talking to each other. You knew that.
Well, I didn't know that was your domain.
Sure you did.
I don't keep track
unless you're getting Alzheimer's, but I'm much older than you. So how do you know that I didn't just show an AI face?
I asked you to show your face. You finally did.
How
so
do
you're
you
gonna
know
do
it wasn't AI?
Okay, so here's the deal, dude. Are we going to have a reasonable discussion or not? You're here. I didn't expect that, but you're here. Are we going to have a reasonable discussion or not? That's up to you. I don't know how muting and unmuting works, so I think you have to unmute. I'm not quite sure how that works on this platform.
Well, then don't mute me.
With my channel. Levi, I'm just to be fair, I'm going to keep it Rob and I. Is obviously you start adding people on the panel, and then this is going to make this 10 times longer than it has to be, nothing personal. So, well, I'm curious why, what's the deal? Are you Jewish? Are you not Jewish? What's going on with this?
Who was Simon Peter and what religion was he?
I asked you.
I'm just asking you a question to the question.
Dutifully evasive. Peter was a Jew originally.
Peter was what?
Can you get to the point without all this extra questions?
He was a Jew originally. Did he die a Jew?
I just asked you a simple question. Can you answer the question? It's a legitimately confusing thing.
I am a Jew, like Simon Peter. Yes, like Jesus.
Okay.
The difference between me and Jesus in that sense would be my father on earth. Me personally, he was not Jewish. Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
what are you? Anglican, Presbyterian, Baptist, Reformed? What are we? We're Anglican today?
I've never not represented myself as a Christian.
Neither have
I. Since 2016? I believe was the time I opened my original channel. Yeah, that's right.
I would just say you've not represented yourself as not a Christian, I suppose, in words.
Well, we're not here to talk about.
In deeds, you have done plenty to reveal your level of Christianity.
Coming from you, that's hilarious.
It is.
So,
what does the scripture say about love?
I don't know. You're the supposed pastor. All I was
1
going to
Corinthians
ask.
13. Do you want to read it?
So we're going to do this again. Oh wait, I forgot.
1
I
Corinthians
asked
13.
you.
Do you want to read it?
Okay, I'm going to have to put him in the back because I can't talk on my own panel. It's very interesting. All I ask is, why is he presenting himself on his page wearing a talit and a yarmulke as a Jew in a synagogue, yet he also presents himself to be a Christian worship pastor with hashtags claiming former evangelical and all of that? It's weird because in the time I've known Rob Reed, unfortunately, he usually represented himself to be a Christian. And I think it's funny that he's being evasive. So I'm confused. Zoroastrianism, Judaism, and Christianity only share that they're monotheistic. That's about it. So hopefully he can clarify. Let's see if he will. And potentially we might get somewhere. So can you clarify?
I am a follower of Don Diego de la Vega.
Okay, that's what I figured. Well, it doesn't look like I'm
Zoroastrian.
okay. It doesn't look like I'm going to get.
Do you want
An
to read
answer.
1 Corinthians 13 and about its record of wrongs?
Well, honestly, I don't have anything else to say to you. One and two, considering the behavior
I
you've
do.
perpetuated,
Here's all the synonyms for
considering the behavior you've perpetuated since the 31st of October, 2021, I
Here are
have
the
no.
synonyms for moron. Idiot, stupid.
So, considering Rob Reed's last
Dummy,
time he was on this
rat,
channel, which was
fool,
back in 2022
loser,
or 3, I
Dolt.
don't really have an interest in engaging with him, where he tries to
Imbecile.
redefine what hate
Dimwit.
crime is, ignore
Ignoramus.
the Matthew Shepard Hate
Know
Crime Prevention
nothing.
Act, and then
Mutt.
prevaricate about
Dullard.
morality and this and that and the other.
Dunce.
So I guess my question is
Knucklehead.
kind of, sort of answered,
Jackass.
which is all I really
Dunderhead.
wanted. I'm
Donkey.
perplexed why someone would, and I'll show it one more time because he's
Blockhead.
not giving an
Simpleton.
answer to the question.
Cretin.
Oh, and what's this?
Chucklehead. Nitwit. Doofus.
Oh, hello, guys.
Dumbhead.
Mrs. Smoggy saying, I will say, Ryan, I think
Pinhead.
you might have a bit of confusion between what is an ethnic
Airhead.
versus possible.
Loon. Lunkhead. Ninny.
Good question. And to that
Halfwit.
end, Mrs. Smoggy saying, she says, I'm
Nibra.
ethnically Jewish, but I'm a Christian. I follow
Goon.
Christ Christian. If you're born Jewish,
goof.
you were always Jewish, even if your
Sure.
religion changes.
Don't
Well, and I
talk.
get that.
Oh,
I understand that.
stupid.
Lo, the question I have to
Wow.
Rob, and I'll let him back in here in just a second because I'm
Hardhead.
checking the chat, is
Dork.
he's presenting himself wearing a yarmulke and a talit
Dope.
with
Yarmulke.
hashtag
That's-
former
that's the
Christian,
most fun
fake
there.
Christian,
That's the most
former
fun aspect.
Jew,
Yarmulke.
former Zoroastrian. He's being very unclear
Yar-
about his
yar-
religious identity. Now, this is
Yarmulke.
odd because in the almost decade that I've been aware of Rob Reed, he's generally presented himself to be this Christian worship pastor. He's put out all this Christian worship music, and it's on his Rob Reed website. So now I'm confused. Oh, hey, Smokey, I see he's here.
Yarmulke.
Zoroastrianism technically has two gods, I believe, an evil deity. Yeah, that's essentially what I meant by the Marcionite comment, that both of them have a similar view in that respect. But it's really weird because for an ethnic Jew, let me just, interact with Lowe's comment. It's one thing to be ethnically Jewish, but then to present yourself as a former Jew, former evangelical, like, well, then what the heck are you? It's really weird. So let's let him back in and see if he can just answer this simple question. If not, then it is about that time I need to get to the evening office of prayer, and I will move along. Excuse me, doggone sinuses. That's funny, Illuminati land. White Gentile Christian. That's hilarious. All right, let's let him back in. So
Crap.
let's see if we get anywhere.
Fool. Loser. Numbskull. Dolt. Imbecile. Dimwit. Ignoramus. Know nothing. Mutt. Dullard. dunce, knucklehead,
Mm.
jackass, dunderhead, donkey, bonehead, blockhead,
So no intention to interact at all, just insult him.
chucklehead, nitwit, doofus, dumbhead, pinhead, airhead.
While you're here, there is one thing that does come to mind. Let's just show that.
Lunkhead, ninny, halfwit.
Where was this? Mm-mm-mm.
Numbskull, Nimrod, goon, goof,
Oh, that's right. That's
jerk,
got-
dumbcough, oaf,
Are you
stoof,
finished?
clown,
Oh, he's not finished.
hardhead, dork, meathead, dope, nincompoop, bubblehead,
Mm.
dum-dum, schnook, gollum, clodpole,
So, question for you: when you say Gollum, does that
Dumb
refer?
turkey,
Mm.
schlub,
So let's put him in the back as he's making. I mean, he's being a child. I mean, seriously, I have never met an attorney in my life publicly refer to someone this way. Never. I mean, never. None of the lawyers that I know or have met interact this way. That's really weird. Rob Reed, stop talking about me. That's funny. Look at the juvenile nonsense. So I'm going to try one more time. I understand. And look, Smokey Saint's wife's kind of giving you an out. It's like maybe Reed was at a religious Jewish ceremony, like a bris or whatever, where he would have been dressed the way he was dressed. But now if I add him back in here, he is not really clarifying. All he said was, well, I'm ethnically Jewish, kind of, sort of. St. Peter was Jewish, and he says he's a Christian, yet on his channel he shows the following. Let me just bring that back up. Hold on a second. Where's the button?
Do you know
There's the
how
button.
He did some. Hold on a second. That's
Where
good.
is
Little
the
vibrato.
thingy? Oh, right. I have to bring that up again. Let's see. At Rob Reed.
Hey, Brett. I don't know if you're still watching. Probably not.
Okay, here we go. Now let me show this one more time because I don't know if or if not y'all saw the beginning of the stream.
Stream.
So
Stream.
let me just share this, and then we'll let Reed back in here. And let's see.
And
Share. Let me verify that I do this correctly, because if I don't, that would not be great.
there it is.
So here is his channel. Just, Rob's channel. So Rob, in his own words, he cannot say that he didn't say this.
That's AI.
So former Jew. That was today.
That's AI.
10 days ago, potentially former attorney and fake evangelical Jewish person, Rob Reed. Oh boy, that's interesting. He said it himself. State bar ethical violation trial of the century. Well, that's his words, not mine. Former attorney Rob Reed exposed #Talit, #fake Christian. And here he is with the Talit and the Yarmulke in a synagogue. So this is confusing because I'm not just tangentially basing this on some Erzataz or esoteric post.
He's saying
She
Yarmulke. Do I
says
correct him? Do I
fake
correct him?
Christian, #fake
I don't
Christian,
know if I want to correct him.
fake evangelical Jewish person.
Don't say
Let's
Yarmulke.
see. Former Jew.
Ryan, stop saying
Now-
Yarmulke. Don't say Yarmulke.
That's weird because if I claim to be a former Christian and I go do whatever else, I go believe in, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, voodoo, or whatever else, then very clearly I am renouncing Christianity and embracing something else. If I claim that I am a former Jew, then I am renouncing Judaism. if I claim I am a former evangelical, it definitely gives the impression, fake evangelical Jewish person, that, well, I mean, okay, does that mean you're renouncing Christianity for Judaism? I don't really know. Maybe he can clarify. So I'll try one more time, see if we can get him in here. Hang on a second. How do I stop sharing this? Remove and get this out of that. Continue with edited version. Okay, let's add him back in. So let's take this comment off of the screen. Where's the comment? There it is. So any remarks you would like to make?
Two things very important. We're going to try and get serious. Please don't say Yarmulke. What is a Yarmulke? It's a yarmulke, or if you want to get all Hebrew, it's a kippah. Don't say Yarmulke. I don't know what that is. Yarmulke is like something from Star Wars.
Okay.
So stop saying Yarmulke. It's a yarmulke.
Well, then thanks for that. It's a yarmulke, but
say this because it's less syllables. Kippah is the Hebrew word for your version of Yarmulke. Second, why did we have to go to bris? Do you know what a bris is?
I didn't go to a bris.
No.
Mrs. Smokey Saint brought that
Why
up.
would she go to a bris? And then you said maybe you said a bris. Do you know what a bris is?
You tell us. You're supposed to be the Jew. Well, kind of, sort of.
It's a circumcision.
Mm-hmm.
It's an event with the circumcision. So, yeah, I wasn't there. I was at a bar mitzvah.
Okay.
Because if I come from a Jewish background, this is the real newsflash. And I'm sorry that you didn't see it before. I understand why. If I came to Christianity...
So just to mute you for a second, when did you ever acquire any medical qualifications to make medical diagnoses? You can unmute if you wish.
Yeah, I'd like
I just want to know. So what are your medical qualifications to make medical diagnoses?
I have a medical doctor degree.
Oh, in what?
In gynecology.
Which would therefore make you completely unqualified to talk about my disability.
It would make me qualified completely to talk about your yeast infections. Now let's move on.
I am not a woman. I don't get yeast infections.
Secondly, I was at a bar mitzvah. Now, because I come from a Jewish background, does it surprise you that I might have relatives that have children who have bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs?
Why would it take you over an hour to say that? It's weird. I mean, okay, if that's the case, then fine.
What do you mean, fine?
Why not just say that?
I had the honor with my cousin, knowing that I'm a Christian. He still, of course, the rabbi didn't know, I suppose. But I thought it was awesome. My wife thought it was awesome because she got to see what Jesus would have done and what happened.
Okay, so why didn't you just say that?
Awesome. She loved it. So I got to read Haftorah prayers. It's beautiful. And so I even chanted them. And I had to wear a talit. And I got to read from the Torah. It was amazing.
Okay. So why are you using hashtags like fake Christian and making statements like former Jew, former evangelical, former this and that? That's weird. That seems to be a renunciation.
So I can occupy my cyber stalkers and show how stupid they are.
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. I guess that kind of, sort of, but not really.
It does. Fat
questions.
Head, dip, deadhead, rat bag, schlub, bird brain,
the Christian love,
lame brain, hammerhead, cluck.
So, before I shut this down, I'm just going to put him in the back. It's funny he wanted to read 1 Corinthians 13, but Rob, as he does, sits here reading, I'm guessing, a thesaurus to insult me, and just admitted that whether or not he has this degree, I really don't think he does, but whatever, he has zero qualifications to talk about any matters of health. I mean, if you have a degree in gynecology, then you are certified and specialized to talk about gynecology. Rob doesn't have, I don't think Rob has medical diagnoses, capacities, and he definitely has no capacity to talk about the cerebral palsy I have, which he has repetitively mocked and attacked using coded language that basically means pedophile. And we now have direct confirmation from Bill himself. That's what it means, saying nothing of the numerous other videos that I have from other members of this hate cult where they say, basically the same thing about each other or about, lately Smokey Saint or numerous other people that they slander. So, I guess that's interesting. Pretty much Basement Dweller, they're going to say, oh, this was a Smokey Saint affair. Like, no, legitimately, I have questions. Smokey, Mrs. Smokey, Guru Lady, Basement. Did any of you know that I was going to have this stream tonight? Because I certainly didn't plan on doing it. I just thought, you know what? I extended him the invite, asked him to come in, wouldn't even show his face until like almost 35 odd minutes in the stream, while he's sitting there shooting me the middle finger. And I just thought that was really interesting. He wants to leave insulting me as he also talks about the biblical love chapter. Exactly. Just popped up on your feed. So you had no prior knowledge of this, meaning you have no way, you didn't know I was going to do this. So there goes the potential
I started broadcasting on Rob
of collusion. There was no collusion. I have no idea what the Smoky Cone Club cult people are doing.
This is collusion, and I'm suing you.
You say that, not me. I guess we have it, everybody, from Rob. Something evidently is not right with Rob. Pray for him. I don't really know what's going on here.
That's nice.
That's nice. Pretty much. This is the first time that I ever recall you, Lo, coming to my channel, and appreciate you being here. I mean, Brett did say that, but I find it interesting that a Christian attorney would do that. You're a Christian, and when you come on a panel, the first thing you do, after wasting everybody's time for, almost 40 minutes, is to flip a guy off because you hate him. Very revealing. So I'm going to go ahead and probably sign off. It's about that time for my evening prayers. Pray for Rob Reed. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but something clearly is not right. And
is that the first time he's asked for
something's going on with this guy. I really don't know what. He will not give a direct answer about his religion, and then it takes him like almost an hour to clarify that he was apparently at some Jewish ceremony that he's not even really being honest about. And, how do we know that's true? But okay, fine. Whatever. If that's the case, then fine. Could have just said that instead of wasting so much time. No, this was no skit. So, everybody, I don't know what to say. Let's let him have some closing words. Dr. Spider. Yeah, I can guarantee you that's not Dr. Spider. But let's let Rob have some closing words. Hopefully he will have something constructive to say. And then maybe if the chat has any questions for him, he can try to answer those. Let's see what he'll do. So your closing words, sir.
I don't think you're a pedophile. I think you're a spud, a ninny hammer, a potato, a naughty, a lump, a noodle, a buffoon, a loggerhead.
Oh my Lord. Did this guy... I'm sorry, but I just have to laugh at that. I don't think you're a pedophile, he says. I think you're a potato. Rob, you're a lawyer, and you just confirmed what potato means. And you didn't answer. You really were very evasive throughout this whole process. So, wow. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I was really hoping you would engage, that you would show some decent candor, that you would potentially demonstrate some semblance of a Christian character, which you are now broadcasting back to your audience on your legal channel where you doxed me, forgetting that I've purposefully chosen not to go down that road, but I've already demonstrated I could, and I purposefully haven't. That's revealing, Rob. You are definitely not a Christian, that's for sure. So, thanks everybody for stopping by. I guess that's
Brett,
all we're
Brett,
going to get out of
I
here.
could do an interview.
But
If you
instead
have
of
one
actually
tonight,
answering questions, he gives you the gift of confirming what potato means
I'd be
from
happy
his
to do it.
own mouth.
I confirmed that a potato.
Well,
is
thanks for
dumb.
stopping by,
You
everybody.
understand how
I am
stupid
going to
this
probably
was.
come back again, maybe in another half hour or so after I do my
was-
prayers,
I was
and
gonna
potentially
shut it off.
read some
So,
more
Brett,
of Saint
send me
Athanasius
a
on
link.
the
I got a
Incarnation.
little bit
So,
of time, but I think my son. can say
thanks, I guess, to Rob Reed for stopping by, and great to see all of y'all. Bye bye.
Let's see if he cuts me off here. Wonder if it's still on. Oh yeah, he cut it off. All right, well that was fun. Oh, you want to do it on my channel, Brett? If you can watch, let me say hi to my my kid because he came home from work, and then I'll send you a link, or we could even do it here if you want. Oh, you can barely hear me. Let me see if I turn this up. It's good to know. You don't hear a crackle though, right? Let me make sure. Is this better right now? Check. Actually, that's the other side. This should probably be much better. Is that better? Let me know. By the way, he didn't let me know. It showed up on my feed, fortunately for folks that are out there. Yeah, thanks, Brett. I think I have him blocked, so I didn't see. But he has my email. He could. I don't know if I have him blocked on email. He didn't want me to go in, and that was the whole fun there. The whole AI insanity that he did. The whole thing. All he did was. And there's an element of me that's very, very sad for the young man because he doesn't have much of a life. It's really, really sad. So he keeps an archive on folks. And that is his life. So Brett, let's do this. Let's aim for, let me make sure that let's do it on the Rob Reed channel. But I'm going to give you a link first. I'm not going to let anybody else in. I mean, maybe we would. We could make it like a chat. Let's make a new one. Live stream. Chat with Brett Keane. Is that cool? If you're still there, yeah, you said hold a minute. That's all right. I'm not starting it right away. Like I said, give me. I'm thinking like 15 minutes. How did he know that I wasn't AI? All right, there's the StreamYard link, Brett. So let's aim for 7:45-ish. How's that? I'm going to get some water, maybe some coffee. And I'll see everybody a little bit later. Ryan, thank you for your prayers. Is that like the first time Ryan said that he would pray for somebody who he considers his enemy? I'm not his enemy, but he does allow me to reach certain points of being fed up, and this was one of them. Am I going to treat it at all seriously that he's treating my obvious trolls in my personal community tab that he's stalking? Is it? Do I have to explain to a reasonable person that I'm kidding? Who calls themselves a former Jew? It's GY. I wish I could explain it. Then I say that I'm a gynecologist, and he believes that. Is it autism? What is it? It's also interesting that he was condemning me for my inability. He was going to report me to the state bar for not for saying that I would do a substandard criminal law defense because somehow that would demean my license. And yet at the same time, he says, because I'm a gynecologist, of course I'm not. But I said that I was a gynecologist, so therefore I cannot comment on his cerebral palsy. So he gets it on the one hand, and on the other, he shoehorns his whole existence to make himself Walter Mitty. He's Walter Mitty walking through life, and he's an expert in the law. He's an expert in medicine. Because he makes a lot of medical diagnoses, doesn't he? So, Brett, you got the thing. It is an instant classic. Probably will end up deleting this one. The only reason that I put it up on this channel was because he had kicked me out for the third time, claiming that I was AI because I wouldn't show myself on camera. Brett said to give him the middle finger. I gave him a finger. It might be debatable which finger it was. I will not admit to anything because I'm a Christian. And as Ryan says, he hangs out with the news unit, the cuff 'em and you-know-what-'em. He hangs out with the convicted chomo, and he's concerned about my use of a finger as being Christian. It's pretty funny. Instant classic. Could have been better. Could have been better if it was on my... Leave it up for a bit. Yeah, but if my volume was really low, then you probably didn't hear much from me, unfortunately. Let me know since I have you here. Can you hear this stuff? I'm gonna play. Let's see if there's a laugh track here. I wonder if this stuff works. Can you hear that? Is it loud? The people that were laughing just now, or
Thank you very much.
Did you give me a link? Brett, I gave you a link. Oh, you'd fix the audio, but you could hear it though, because all right, since I have you here, I can turn these all up. So let me see. The only thing I fear is they're going to be maxed out and too loud. I got 2 of those. We don't want 2 of those DJ scratches. How about this one? You said you gave me a link. That's fine, but I don't have a link, man. Did you email me? I didn't get a link. Where did you link it? My email's easy. It's robertreed@gmail.com. I think because you're not modded, I don't see the link. And I'm not going to I did 3 times in the comments. Here. Just go to the StreamYard link that I posted. Do you see that? We don't have to use that. Although I might broadcast it on there maybe. I don't know. But use that StreamYard link and then put it in that chat. And then I'll meet you there. And so in the interim, let me head on out. If you're watching, God bless. I hope that you had a little bit of fun. I don't know why Ryan is so obsessed with me. I haven't even talked about him and been around for a while, and he's still posting ridiculousness on his, he doesn't want to be forgotten because he's and this says a lot. He's a bigger attention whore than Smokey Saint. Says a lot. All right. I'll leave it up for a bit. Your audio needs a bit more, and that last sound effect was fine. So that's good. Let's see if we go like that. And hopefully I won't be too loud with Brett. All right, Brett. I will see you. Please post it in that StreamYard link if it's okay. Let me see if you did it already. Yeah, I see you in here. Hey, Brett. Post. I see you twice. and then I'll meet you in your link. Take care, y'all. See you on Brett's.